How do you build a beautiful restaurant in the heart of the sweeping jungles of San Selvadorada? Well, sit back and let me show you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today with another Sims 4 speed build. This is a Sims 4 Dine Out and Jungle Adventure crossover build. So, if you like to have fun and you like a good story, please consider liking, subscribing, following, commenting. Just do all the things. I am here in San Selvadorada, and you saw me come in and demolish the smallest of the vacation rentals. It's the little one bedroom, one bathroom. I also demolished the terrain, and we are building a restaurant. I have been on a restaurant building kick. Some of them have been speed builds, others have been done in lives, but I felt like let's build in San Salvadorada so that we can enjoy this beautiful world that is only a vacation world without being on vacation. So, as you can see, I have a standard square, and then I have two squares in the back. Those are going to be our bathrooms. Now, up front, on the left hand side will be the kitchen. I am putting a standard roof on top because I don't need to struggle through roofing for this build. However, I absolutely am going to put this little roof thing on top, and I don't know what they're called, but you can find them if you click on the little chimney button. But I will do that last because it takes me a little while to realize that that is base game. I thought it was from this Jungle Adventure pack. I am using the Jungle Adventure pack, the Dine Out pack, and a few objects from Love Struck. Now, in the build, when you download it from the gallery, my ID is at Just a Mom That Sims. You will see a bathroom clutter kit. I only put soaps in the bathrooms on the sink using that, so you can download it and not miss anything. I'm trying to find the perfect roof trim color though, and I am going to be putting just a lot of things, even the wallpapers and stuff from San Selvadorada Jungle Adventure. This is a beautiful pack, and also this is a beautiful world. Now you see me closing in this little L shape I had. I'm going to have just a little bit of outdoor seating, but I'm going to use a tool that I love, and that's the shortened walls. And you can use those to actually make enclosings for plants or fountains or different things, but I'm going to put some native plants from San Salvadorada into that little cropping. So right now I'm leaving it up high, but just trust the process is going to come along. Now I toyed with putting a lot of open archways on the front, but ultimately decided to just put one door and windows. And this is the roof piece that I was talking about. It is base game. Now, I did toy around because I wanted it to be up higher than the roof. So I tried to build like a mini wall, but I really knew what I needed to do to make it go up higher. But other than using my Control 9 or Control 0, it wasn't going to come out the way I wanted. So ultimately, I ended up deleting my little mini tiny room and actually bubbling the roof before sinking it down just a little bit. And it really gave it the look that I was going for. Once the windows are in, you can really see it. Now I'm also going to put this on top, and you can see me raising and lowering it to see if I can get the look I want. And ultimately I do, especially from the front. I did leave the open archways on the side because you'll be able to walk out of the restaurant on the side to go to the outdoor seating, but you won't be able to access the outdoor seating without jumping the wall on the outside or from the outside. Now forgive my stumbling, bumbling, my slow southern United States drawl because I do not edit my voiceovers when I do speed builds or cast creations, guys. Now for the flooring, I actually had a really good time with the flooring. I only wanted to use the ones available in San Salvadorada. So you can see in the bathroom, I put the darker towel down, and then in the kitchen, I put the lighter blue version. I am sticking with the blue and white conversion colors for everything. Now, I took the same towel in a very much lighter one and then put it in the big area. But then I took that towel and put the towel that looks broken in like a lighter blue around the edges. Now, I really struggle with how to make this look. Now, how did I get those little angle pieces on the floor? That is Control F, guys. I will try to remember to link the flooring video tricks that I have. It's a short at the end of this video. So anyway, Control F, you can get half pieces and do all kinds of designs on the floor. Now, I have two windows. One is a open shutter and the other one is a closed shutter version of the same window. Now, at the end of the build, I do end up switching the ones on the side around because I realized I had the open window at the bathrooms. So I put the shuttered closed window at the bathroom so you can still see in, but you want some of that other type of time if you're doing that. In the kitchen, I am using the blue refrigerator. It is also with the Jungle Adventure pack. I would say 70% of this bill is Jungle Adventure, then a little bit of Dine Out, and just a drop of Love Struck. I love Love Struck for bills, and that combo is actually a really good combination. I actually ended up using a few base game pieces like my toilets. Also, some of the plants that I'm going to put out here, you see me working on my half walls now. Again, they're not half. And the outer wall, I'm going to lower it too because the goal would be if my Sims are sitting out enjoying dinner, that they can just look out into the jungles and see the beautiful sight. At the very end of this video, when we do our customary walkthrough of the build, I am going to do a pan around because sometimes I like to do that when I know we're in a very, very beautiful part of a world. And this definitely qualifies, guys. So you can see me going down to try to figure out how low the outer wall should be. Now, that little wall in the interior, it is the next to the lowest wall. Then the outer wall is two more steps up. So that's how I got that size and because I actually lowered it some. Now, these are the plants from San Selvadorada. This is when I realized that I needed to go to the base game. And once I did that, I actually ended up using some bushes from an event. They have lights in them, and it was a free event. So what I did was use my left bracket key to size it down just one size. The reason I ended up putting the lighted bushes out here is it will cast extra light to the diners who are dining out at nighttime. And I always have trouble putting lights in for my Sims when because I record at night where you can see them well, where I can light up, especially my darker skin tone Sims. The lighting is very important to me. I don't use G shade, reshade, no shade. So I just use the adjustment that you can do to the lights in the game. And I use objects that have lights on it to really highlight them. So that's why I do that. Now you can see me taking the plants from San Selvadorada and actually putting them in between the bushes. And the little bitty plants, I actually use my zero key to lift up. And you see me even put in this little palm plant or palm tree in here. Then I needed to pave the ground out here, I felt like, because we do have a lot of critters and creatures in San Salvadorada. And for my lot traits and challenges, I actually put creepy crawlies as a challenge. But our restaurant is clean, but the bugs are natural here. It reminds me, I don't know, this world reminds me of Costa Rica a lot. I love Costa Rica. And they live the pure life. So pura vida. Shout out if you're from Costa Rica. Also, guys, I've realized that I didn't put the bust down station in. I call it the bust down station. It's called something else. But I feel like when you bust the dishes, you take it here to wash and be clean. So I put that in the kitchen. I removed one counter. I really wish that the counters had a better blue swatch that could match either one of these tones, but it didn't. But I just went with white. No worries. I mean, we only had one counter, and I actually used the sink piece because there is a separate piece in the Jungle Adventure pack. So it's built into the counter. Now, I really toyed what tables to use. I had this small table from Dine Out, this bright blue tables that I absolutely fell in love with as soon as I switched to that swatch from Love Struck. These are tall tables, the Love Struck tables. So what do you call them? Bar tables. So you sit up high. Then I realized there is another table that is bar height, but is round, I think. So I decided I was going to switch those out. But they are black. I think that was going to be the closest swatch. And then you see me trying to organize. I tried not to get past 30 seats in a restaurant. Now, I am newer to Dine Outpack. I got it about a year ago. I don't even know if it's been that long. But what I've learned is it takes longer to get your food when it's more people in the restaurant. I also kind of think that the Sims know what restaurants they like because when I build fire restaurants, baby, they are packed. I built a cabin restaurant, a cabin bee honey restaurant live not long ago. Guys, when we went in game to play test it right after I built it, baby, the Sims was in here tough, okay? Tough. So they will come. If you put 100 tables, they will come. So what you need to do is not put so many if you don't want your Sims to wait too long for their food. Now, on my other lot trays, I did the sunny lot tray because how could you not? I did the romantic one because the more I built this, even though it's a simple restaurant, I decided that it was romantic, especially if you're out on the patio at night. It's just a real chill vibe. I also need to start putting the music speakers in some of my restaurants. That is something if you go to the build, you may want to add because I didn't put it in before I upload it, but it'll definitely be in my game and you will be seeing me play in this restaurant very, very soon. Now, the other thing that I wanted to do is put a few pieces from Jungle Adventure on the tables. I didn't want it to block people if they were talking to each other, but I did want more greenery in the restaurant too. You can see I have these baskets here. And of course, we got these baskets from the local vendors. Everything is from there. And also, my paintings, or they're not paintings, they are actually under the statue category, the water one, and I also put the key one on the wall. They have been broken, like they have been really dull and dark, but now they are fixed. So thanks Sims team for getting that back right. I toyed with putting a chest in there, but I didn't know if they could open it and get treasure out, so I left it alone. I even thought about putting some of those hanging vines outside that come from the roof, but realized that less was a little bit better on the outside of this bill. So I put just one here and then decided ultimately that I could put a couple of other things on the ground. I am going to use this one thing right here. You can find it under the window curtain section, and I can't remember. It is from a different pack. So if you don't have it, it's a kit or something. It may not be in your game, but I thought it was a nice greenery touch inside. And again, I am just trying to find greenery, not realizing my filters were off, but this one is I may be a Hemford. So let's go through our walkthrough because I've done just a little bit of landscaping. I sprayed that front on with the terrain tool. You can see into the restaurant. We're embracing, the true culture of San Selvadorada. You can't fight the bugs, but we try to keep our food covered before we serve it. A nice, clean restaurant, guys. So as you do our walkthrough, this restaurant isn't new. We found it. We fixed it up, whoever owns it. And it's got character, guys. And that's what I was looking for. If you come in and turn left, this is our tiny kitchen. I do have some paintings on the wall. They will be in the upload, but sometimes the cinematic camera will cut out objects, paintings, anything, guys. And I didn't want to come out of the camera and go back. If you come over, we actually put a card table. I wish we had dominoes in the Sims, but we don't. So let's go and see how a bathroom looks. There is toilet paper in the bathrooms when you do the download. Coming out, you can look around the restaurant, look at the artifacts that have been recovered from other countries, guys. Look at our patio outside. It is beautiful. I want you to see it from this angle. And guys, I really, really hope you enjoyed this build because I've been having fun building restaurants and fun playing them. So as we pan over the world of San Salvadorada, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day, guys. Bye bye. And let me know if you enjoyed this build. Let me know if you downloaded it. Bye, guys.